If your plants suddenly appear weak or begin wilting without an obvious disease pattern, parawilt could be one possible cause. Parawilt is a physiological disorder that can occur suddenly and unpredictably, particularly in cotton. Unlike many infectious diseases, it is not caused by a specific fungus, bacterium, or virus. The most noticeable symptoms are sudden wilting and changes in leaf color. Leaves may shift from green to copper, reddish, or bronze tones before the affected tissue gradually dries out. The problem is often more severe in rapidly growing plants with large canopies and heavy fruit loads. In affected plants, leaves and fruit may drop prematurely, and developing fruit can crack before maturity. Some plants may recover after the initial stress, but the damage can still reduce overall yield and fruit quality. Parawilt can develop when roots experience sudden waterlogging, particularly after heavy rainfall or excessive irrigation. The risk becomes greater when waterlogged conditions are followed by intense sunlight and high temperatures. Rapid plant growth and unbalanced nutrition may further increase the plant's vulnerability. Heavy clay soils and poorly drained fields are especially prone to this problem because excess water remains around the root zone for longer periods. Because parawilt is a physiological disorder rather than an infectious disease, there is no specific biological or chemical treatment that can directly cure it. The most important response is to correct the environmental conditions that cause the stress. First, remove excess water from the field as quickly as possible by improving drainage or using suitable drainage channels. Maintain irrigation according to the crop's actual water requirements, and avoid repeated overwatering. Balanced fertilization is also important. Avoid excessive nitrogen application, which can encourage overly vigorous vegetative growth and increase plant stress under unfavorable conditions. If nutrient deficiencies are suspected, adjust the fertilization program based on soil and crop requirements, rather than applying nutrients indiscriminately. Monitor plants carefully after heavy rainfall, especially when the weather suddenly becomes hot and sunny. When choosing planting material, consider varieties or hybrids with better tolerance to sudden wilt conditions where such options are available. Good field drainage should be a priority, particularly in heavy soils. Avoid creating large fluctuations between waterlogged and severely dry conditions. Consistent soil moisture is generally better than repeated cycles of excessive irrigation followed by drought stress. Planting dates can also be adjusted where practical to reduce the likelihood of vulnerable growth stages, coinciding with periods of heavy rainfall followed by extreme heat. The key symptoms to remember are sudden wilting, leaves changing from green to copper or reddish tones, progressive drying of leaf tissue, and premature leaf or fruit drop. If plants recover after the initial episode, continue monitoring them closely because yield and fruit quality may still be affected. Follow the channel for more practical plant care advice.